The tent was ripped open from the inside. Not from the outside, not by an animal, not by the wind, from the inside. 9 people cut their way out of their only shelter in -30-degree temperatures in the middle of the night and ran barefoot into the dark. None of them survived. And to this day, nobody knows why. It was January 1959. A group of 10 hikers set out from the Soviet city of Sverdlovsk, heading for the northern Ural Mountains. They were experienced, every single one of them. Their leader was Igor Dyatlov, 23 years old, a skilled mountaineer who had completed dozens of difficult expeditions. This was supposed to be a Category 3 expedition, the highest difficulty rating in Soviet mountaineering. One member turned back early due to illness. He would later describe this as the luckiest moment of his life. The remaining 9 pressed on toward a peak the local Mansi people called Kholat Shachel. In the Mansi language, that means Dead Mountain. They were supposed to send a telegram when they reached their destination. No telegram came. A search party was dispatched on February 20th, 12 days after the group was last heard from. What they found changed everyone who saw it. The tent was discovered on the slope of Dead Mountain. It had been cut open from the inside. Multiple slash marks. Deliberate, urgent, as if something inside that tent was so terrifying that 9 experienced hikers chose to run into a blizzard rather than stay. Footprints led away from the tent into the darkness. Some were barefoot, some in socks, in -30 degrees. And then they stopped. The first 2 bodies were found near a large cedar tree, barely dressed, in temperatures that would kill an unprotected person in minutes. Their hands were burned, as if they had been trying to climb the tree with their bare hands. Igor Dyatlov's body was found 300 meters away, frozen, his arms raised slightly, as if trying to crawl back toward the tent. But it was the final 4, found months later under 4 meters of snow in a ravine, that made investigators go silent. One hiker was missing his eyes. Lyudmila Dubinina was missing her tongue and her eyes. The internal damage on several bodies was described as equivalent to the force of a car crash, but with no external wounds, as if something had crushed them from within. The Soviet government sealed the files. The case was classified. The families were told only that the hikers died from an unknown, compelling force. Theories have existed for decades, an avalanche. But the snow pattern did not support this, and an avalanche does not explain internal injuries with no external marks. A military weapons test, unusually high levels of radiation, were found on the clothing of several victims. Infrasound, low-frequency sound waves causing mass panic and hallucinations. In 2019, 60 years later, Russia officially reopened the case. Their conclusion? An avalanche. Most researchers disagree. 9 people, all experienced, all prepared, all together. Something on that mountain terrified them so completely that they chose the certain death of a blizzard over whatever was inside that tent. We will probably never know what it was. The mountain is still there. Every year, a small number of people still hike it. Most of them come back. Most of them subscribe to Never Told Stories because some of the most terrifying stories in the world actually happened.